outlasted the pain. I outlasted the pain. When I was sleeping in those abandoned buildings, I kept telling myself, one day you'll be a homeowner. Every time I walked into that abandoned building, I told myself that this might be your current circumstances, but this will not be how the story ends. All you have to do, E.T., is to survive today.
Don't be afraid to reinvent yourself, and don't be afraid to be different, man. You ain't got to fit in the crowd. I tell my sons all the time, why are you following everybody when you were clearly meant to lead? It's always better to just do your thing. And I don't care what situation you done got your life in, you can turn your life around, because it ain't ever too late. See, I didn't get into comedy till I was 27. I was homeless from 30 to 33. I lived in a 1976 Tempo. I lived in a car for 3 years, man. And so people see me today, they don't know where I come from. And I tell young cats all the time, man, the key is you can't ever give up.
Failure and failed are not twins. Failure is the one who attempted to gain new strength, but failed is when I don't even use my strength to make an attempt. You don't get growth without failure. Every bodybuilder, any person who is passionate about fitness, they will tell you there are times when we push ourselves to go towards muscle failure, because when we go towards muscle failure, that positions us to get new strength. Without this regimen, without this soreness, without this discomfort, there's some muscles I won't get. What if I were to tell you that the greatest risk is to not take one?
People don't always like you, and they're not always happy for you. And if you surround yourself with people who are not accustomed to your success, they become fearful, they become scared, because you are reflecting back something to them that they don't recognize. Now, they're not going to say, you know, I'm very fearful, because you're reflecting back to me something I don't recognize. They're going to say, you know what they're going to say? They're going to say, who she thinks she is.
Tomorrow's not promised. Anybody who hasn't spoken to their parents or their brother or their cousin that they had a thing with or their ex and they don't talk anymore, call them right now. I do not want someone to be gone and I wish I had and wish I could have, and I'm not doing that in my life.
Someone treats you like you're just one of many options. Help them narrow their choice down by removing yourself from the equation. Sometimes you have to try not to care no matter how much you do. Because sometimes you can mean almost nothing to someone who means so much to you. It's not pride, it's self-respect. Don't give part-time people a full-time position in your life. Know your value and what you have to offer, and never settle for anything less than what you deserve.
Wait, live your life. Live your life. Because you know what? When you live in your own truth and truly believe that, and you don't adjust yourself for the what ifs, the things start to happen. That's when the magic happens.
What I try to do is just try to be still and understand that things come and go, emotions come and go. The important thing is to accept them all, to embrace them all, and then you can choose to do with them what you want versus being controlled by emotion.
Don't lose you due to them. I know it hurts when the bad mouthing has come from mouths that you have fed, but don't lose you. Don't lose you. I know it hurts when you have wiped the tears from those who are currently causing yours. The reason it's so hard to let it go or let them go is because you lost you in them. So to lose them literally feels like losing you. When you lose you will allow yesterday's pain to construct today's perspective. Your future needs the real version of you. Your children need the real version of you. Not all the time, but sometimes what depression is the real you pressed down. There are 3 yous on the inside of you. The you that you have been born to be, the you that you used to be, and the you that you currently are. If you lost you by pleasing them, maybe the reason you're losing friends or losing them is because you have finally found you. So how do I do this? Number one, grieve. My heart and mind have to accept what really happened. Number two, forgive them and forgive you. I can't move forward and consume former at the same time. Number three, rediscover your passion, because your passion is a compass to your path. Number four, formulate a forward vision, because when you don't have a forward vision, you will always revert back to familiar chaos. Guard your heart, because you're most vulnerable to injury after surgery. And lastly, rehearse God affirmation.